Hello again, my friends. It's Glenn with the Cactus Atlas, and today we're going to be doing a very long drive from Fort Churchill State Park, Nevada, all the way up to Lassen Volcanic National Park, where I'm camping tonight. Join me for this epic drive with stops along the way. I was able to get a small enough of a signal to plot a Google map route to our first destination, which is Virginia City, Nevada. Something I've wanted to see for a very long time, like really high up on my list. We're just going to be doing a scouting mission together today and experiencing it for the first time. So it's not going to be like an elaborate history of that, and my history is really kind of getting forgotten. So I don't remember much and I haven't had time to read up, but that's our first stop. And I'm just going to do it as an aesthetic experience. How about that? I will warn you now, though, today will be a lot of driving, so we'll be chatting in the car a lot, looking at the scenery as it goes by. But I expect the drive between here and Northern California should be nothing less than exquisite, I hope. It's a very beautiful morning, though, out here in Nevada. And just thinking, I guess, I may not be back in Nevada the rest of this whole trip. Certainly not to camp or do any activities. Maybe to drive through some of it. I don't remember the route back exactly, but so let's enjoy it while we can, because I think we're going to be moving up to pine forests and high elevation alpine settings next. Somewhere tucked away back here is a very well preserved Old West town. I didn't really realize the landscape was as dramatic as it is back here. I guess I can't say exactly what I was expecting, but I've seen other people's videos. I just haven't seen anybody or recall anybody driving to it through these forests. Ooh, I see the V. I just saw the V. We are 1.6 miles away from this town, and it's like there's no sign of it, and I just saw the big V. You're probably gonna get a reveal any minute now, I would have to imagine. Because that is the same V I saw from way back there when we first started driving up this road. 6 Mile Canyon is the name of the road. Probably because it's 6 miles, I guess it was. Very well named. Oh, and there's horses in the road. Wild horses. Alright guys, I'm not gonna feed you or mess with you. I've messed with your cousins, the burros, the wild ones, and got bit. So I do not trust in a horse. I don't want to get kicked. But that's awesome. They're just hanging out. There's the official Virginia, welcome to Virginia City sign. So I would say we've crossed the barrier. We are now in the Old West. Alright, here's my first look at the main drag in Virginia City. This has to be the main drag. It does have an old feel. This place looks interesting. It's called the Way It Was Museum. I don't think it's open yet. It's a little early still. But if we have time and it opens, it might be kind of cool to go in there and learn a thing or two. Just walking around here without a lot of people around is really nice. To like suck in the vibes here. Lots of things that, you know, like Bisbee almost. Antique shops and there's the Silver Queen. That's something that I wanted to check out. Guest here, so I'm not gonna do anything wrong, but this is the entrance. I think I've seen a video where someone stayed in this place, and this is one thing I wanted to do. But for now, I have other places to be and tends to be sleeping in. Oh, you can just look at the buildings and you see the dates on all of them. 1876 is a very popular date. Way up there, as well as all of these buildings here. And based on some of the features of these buildings, I mean, they seem like lots of the building are probably original. Like the brickwork, I would imagine. And even some of the woodwork seems aged enough to be original around here. Oh wow, look at these buildings and how faded the painting is up there. It says hardware, stoves, and metal. I just dropped in here to Larry's Gourmet Coffee House, and I was served by this gentleman right here. He looked exactly like that. If you can see, it's kind of reflecting, but really nice fella. It's like he knew me or something. He's like, "What do you want, a coffee?" And I said, "Yeah." And he's like, "Black?" And I said, "Yep." So I just got a small, and he put a couple like chocolate coffee bean things that are melting on top, which is a nice touch. As it mixes with the coffee, it's a good flavor. It's another one of those things where you can watch other people's videos, but you really have to come here to get the right experience, if you can. This may be like the coolest Old West town I've ever seen. I just noticed too, like this building's leaning. It appears to be leaning. Maybe it's just the way some things are painted, but you tell me, does that look like it's perfectly straight? I really am struggling to know how to unpack this. Just walking around outside is good enough. So I've heard this place, the old Washoe Club, I've heard that one's it's supposed to be a haunted building. Look at the rails up there, it just looks original. love to sit here and think we're looking at this through the lens of 2023. What will the lens look like 50 years from now? And what did it look like 100 years ago? 140 years ago? So many different styles and different morals, different everything. A different time. I'm gonna stand here and drink my coffee and enjoy that $1 million view. Wow, we drove from way down there somewhere. Well, there you have it, folks. We did a walking tour of, an uneducated walking tour of Virginia City, but we saw a couple cool things along the way. The highlight for me was going into the Silver Queen, the bar area, and I asked if I could, they were closed still, I think, but there were people in there, so I just kind of poked my head in and said, can I come in and take a few pictures? And they were like, absolutely. And the highlight for me was that big painting that had this big lady, I guess the Silver Queen herself, with a big skirt, and I was taking pictures from far away, and this guy came out and said, you know, the first time I took pictures that I didn't realize that all those dots were silver dollars. And sure enough, zoomed in on that, and those were all silver dollars. How amazing. All right, I'm starting to feel more room to breathe now. We're not going back down 6 Mile Canyon, which wouldn't have been a bad thing, but we're now heading to more parts unknown. But with each passing day, I am mapping out our country and checking more and more off the list. And this was a fantastic item to check off, Virginia City. So let's start talking about what next. Well, what next is, I got a 2-hour and 41-minute drive, 160 miles to our next stop before we get to our ultimate location, which is Lassen Volcanic National Park, their campground, one of their campgrounds, Manzanita Campground. The stop before that is something called the Subway Lava Tube, which is kind of on the route, and it's a lava tube. So I figured on a day like today, how are you going to go wrong with an Old West mining town and then a lava tube? I mean, we're going to circle around. I just feel like we're going to come over some view anytime now that just stretches on. But then again, I'm thinking maybe we're just going to be climbing an elevation as we get to Northern California. Right off the route here is a scenic overlook. We drove down overlooking this beautiful valley and we got to see it. And then off this way, I see a bunch of buildings and hotels and things, which makes me think that must be Reno, Nevada, out that ways. See, these are the extra things we get to do if I finish early on episodes, and the things we get to miss whenever I am running late. There's some folks heading up to the top where the overlook is, and then we're probably going to get a view again right here.
I have early onset.
It's the Dr. D.M. Geiger Pioneer Road Builder Overlook.
Okay, so there's Reno. Okay, see the triangle looking shape one? That's it.
I feel like the king of the world here at this overlook. I heard other people talking while I was up here. I think locals that were pointing out landmarks to a friend or relative, and that is Reno. You know, as far as overlooks goes, this one is primo. I mean, driving down here and the view we got, and then seeing this, I was expecting good views, but already off the bat, this could be trouble for us today, sticking to our itinerary when you got views like this. And you know, you see that bridge over there? So cool. That was magnificent. Absolute eye candy on a day like today too. Now if I can get us out of here without killing us, we'll be on our way. Wow, was that neat. Now that's an overlook. That is how you do an overlook. Everybody else in the country, take note. You need to have like a little tower, wizard's tower at the end to climb. like we did there. Alright, we survived and pulled out without dying, so another check off the itinerary, I guess. It's interesting how these hills are so... There's some healthy, mature-looking pines, but they're just so sparse. It's kind of a cool look. I don't know if that's on account of man overforesting or something, or just how it naturally occurs in this area. Like, you got more over there, too. It's kind of a clean look. I like it. And a scenic drive just keeps going and going. I apologize, but it blew my mind, so that's why I'm filming so much of it. We've been driving for a little bit, and I would say we're close to a third of the way done with the whole drive, and we're about to go from Nevada to California. There's the state line right there, and she's probably gonna say it any second now. Wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. Welcome to California. Welcome to California.
Welcome to California.
See, I know her really well. So the rest of our journey should be in California. From here on out, we're heading to the furthest north that I'm going to be laying my head to rest in Lassen, although I will be taking a day trip a couple days from now up a couple hours north of Lassen. But other than that, yeah, we're going to head down towards the Yosemite area, Mammoth Lakes, eastern Sierra Nevada, just to give you a little preview of what's to come. But it's interesting too, because it's Sunday today, right? I think so. And the work week would not have started until tomorrow, really, and I've done so much this weekend already. 5 videos down, I believe, if I haven't lost count. This will be 6. Well, I guess from here, I reckon I'm just gonna roll the camera again, and we'll use time travel to get to our destination faster. Hooked up with California 44 West, and I find myself deep in pine forests all of a sudden. Very beautiful, healthy pine up here. We're not too far from our next stop, the subway tunnel. There's a sign back there labeling this as the goat fire. By the looks of how much is decimated here, I wonder if that means the greatest of all time. I don't mean that in a good way, though. The goat fire. Or maybe a goat started the fire this time, and not lightning or man. I reckon we're going to be coming in and out of pine forest now for a good long while. So what I might do here is just pause the filming for another 40 minutes or so until we get closer to the destination, and we'll keep in touch. mentioned the word volcano earlier, so probably needless to say, this region of California has a very volcanic history. Lassen Volcanic National Park, for example, these lava tube country up here, really. There's lots of different lava tubes. We're going to be visiting some other ones later on in this trip, 2 days from now. Something a little bit more robust than today. I figured today is just the warm-up for what's to come. I don't know if that's Lassen Peak straight ahead. There's some snow up there, whatever it is. It looks about what I would imagine Lassen Peak to look like. If that's it, I'm going to attempt to climb that. Albeit probably from a much higher altitude. You know, I want to say it's a 2,000 foot climb. There's lots of switchbacks and stuff like that. Not the hardest thing probably ever, but probably maybe not easy for someone the likes of me in my current shape, but we'll see how that goes. I'm gonna wait a couple days to acclimate to any kind of elevation needs. Yeah, there you go. Lassen is 15 miles to the left, and my campground I think is in the northwestern side of the park.
Quarter mile. Turn right.
Okay, we're so close now. There's a lava cave somewhere right in these woods. So we go from the old Victorian West to geology and lava caves, and there are quite a few people here. Probably about what I was expecting. There's plenty of parking left, but that probably means that I can't be doing my light shows and all this cool stuff that I wanted to do.
Your destination is on the left.
Yeah, I know. I just exited the car. I'm in this beautiful forest now at the subway lava tube tunnel, and you can see this black volcanic rock all over this area, so it covers up a lava tube. Let's go see about this lava tube. I decided to wear my headlamp. I didn't see other people with flashlights or anything, so I might be kind of silly. I think the thing's 1/3 of a mile long now, so we'll find out soon enough. So here's a geology lesson. Looks like lava started spewing from some cracks about 30,000 years ago. Eventually the lava drained away, leaving tube-like caves. Subway cave is the largest accessible tube in the flow. So, where does it say how long it is? The cave length is 1,300 feet, average cave temperature 46 degrees. That's kind of chilly. What do we got here? Oh my gosh, look at that. This is the lava tube. How amazing is that? Well, here goes nothing. Let's get into this lava tube. All right, here we go. We're entering the tube and you feel the temperature drop fast. It's chilly in here. Look at that though. This is amazing. You can see reflectors on the wall to help you, I think. And the floor is very hard and it's dusty, but it's pointy, jagged rock in here. Oh my goodness, this is awesome. It's getting pitch black now. I can't see a thing. If you didn't have a flashlight, there's no way. Looks like they have little, those weren't reflectors, those were interpretive signs they have here. Wind tunnel, trail start. I guess you do walk straight through the whole thing. I think there are folks that are coming, but they don't have a light. Man, this is amazing to think that lava flowed through here and then dissipated and left this behind. Interesting formations up here too. Kind of cave-like. I've never done anything like this one. Never done a lava cave before, I don't think. Nothing substantial. You know, they named this well the subway because it is like you're in a subway tunnel. Or like a tunnel they would bore through a mountain for cars or something like that. It's really what it feels like. And you better hope this ceiling's strong. I think I see daylight at the other end actually. That was pretty quick. Turn off the light and see what happens. Oh, probably not the best idea because the floor's uneven, but that's a little bit of light. It's like, head towards the light, my children. So we went through, clean to the other side. Let me turn off the light now. There's big rocks here, so you gotta be careful, but you can see, turn this off now. Very bright sunlight. I really think this is unwise to do this with no light on though. Till we get a little bit closer anyway. I'd like to give a big hoot and holler and echo, but there are others enjoying their time in here, so I really don't think that's cool. Interesting formations here on the floor. What is that? I can't even see how deep that goes. It's like a miniature volcano. There are people that are going that way too. I think there's more tunnel maybe. But let's see what this says. Does it say anything? Looks like it may have said something once. Well, I think for us, we have an agenda. And I'm going to now head back up. All right, we made it back to the surface. The sun, it's really hot already. But look at that. Amazing cave. Like if you lived here and you were a early native or something, you needed to escape the heat, this is just the place to go. Or maybe even if it gets below freezing, it might be warmer in there than other places. Who knows? Not to give away all of our secrets, but in a couple days I'll be in a national monument that features many lava caves. More than we'll be able to do, of varying difficulties. So we'll see how this one stacks up. I like this because it was really easy. I'd have no problem recommending this for just about anybody. If you can walk stairs, and not that many, you can do this. The biggest hazard would be the floor and its bumpiness, but it's not like that. I didn't even catch my foot on anything, but I could see potential if you're not careful. And absolutely, most of it's in the pitch black, so you need a flashlight. But in an emergency, could you get out? Yeah, you could. We're leaving the subway lava tube now. That was so much fun and so refreshing, the cool air in there. Wearing a jacket would have ruined it today because it's so hot out here. Although I'm saying it's hot and it's only like 76, but it's hot. It's just hot. All right, let's make a left out of here and go back the way we were supposed to go originally. I'm almost positive that must be Lassen Peak, that big mountain. Because we're going straight that direction, so it would make sense. Look, there's already wildlife, like immediately. There's a deer crossing the road. It's taking its time. There's a baby deer too. Look at this. We're being greeted by Bambi. That's a good omen, I think, for good things to come. Google said there was a slowdown, and here it is. The official gate to Lassen, and you can see the big centerpiece, I think, Lassen Peak. Kind of through the trees there with snow up there. And I'm supposed to be hiking up to the top of that, if all goes according to plan. It's the one thing I'm kind of skeptical about this trip. Am I going to be able to do it? Here we are, site B47. My site amidst these beautiful pines and nice shade and a very nice campground or a campsite that I can enjoy here. There's a good spot for a tent right there. In fact, I think that's going to be it. Well, folks, now that we're all set here at Manzanita Lake Campground and Lassen Volcanic National Park, I need to bid you au revoir. Until next time, when we do more exploring here on the Cactus Atlas. If you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing so, and we will be back next week with another video. Until then, see ya.